Verse 5, and the Lord said to Moses, pass on before the people, taking with you some of the elders of Israel, and take in your hand the staff with which you struck the Nile, and go. Right, so God's answer to that to Moses, he answers him again, and again not in a negative. Not like, oh no, I'm going to kill all those people, and why do you even think, don't you trust me enough that you know that they won't be able to kill you, stone you, because I am protecting you? Haven't you, Moses, seen enough to know that I can protect you? Right? No. God is not going to be like that. God tells him, take your staff, pass before the people. Take some of the elders with you, right? And pass before it. That same staff that you used to struck the Nile. And ultimately the one, that's not said, but the one to open the Red Sea as well. Now the Nile struck the Nile, struck the Nile, then the water turned into blood. This is now kind of like he was saying, they were ready to kill me, to stone me. That would lead to blood pouring out of him. And then now the one where the water turned into blood, is he kind of is God playing, it's like this kind of a word play or an action play on what happened there and what can happen here if, and God's now going to stop it so that he won't turn into a pulp of red blood. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, but it's not important. It's kind of interesting, the fact that blood there, if the Estonian blood will be here, and this is now why that is mentioned. It can be. Again, that's not that so important. Verse 6, behold, I will stand before you there on the rock at Horeb, and you shall strike the rock, and water shall come out of it, and the people will drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. So, God's saying, what will happen? So this is what you do, take some of the elders in front of the people, go to this rock at Horeb, no idea where this rock, which kind of rock, whatever, there's this rock, and you strike that rod, and then water will come out of it. And Moses did. The people will drink, right? Moses did. So it's like, again, if I take a sledgehammer to this thing now, and maybe a sledgehammer, I would not be strong enough to jam a hole in it. But if you had a perforator or something like that, which can, and electricity, and you perforate this thing, water will come out of here. Now, Moses had nothing like that. It's just a wooden staff. So even if this is a question of an underwater river that has like one of those where it goes to this rock and then it gets to this rock, and then because of the rock it then turns away or something like that, and Moses now hits it, and then it bursts open and there comes out the water. So it's a river just in the back of a rock. Moses didn't know God as a one creating it. He knows about it, so he knows. But I mean, even then, right? There's lots of. Okay, it's just roots here. Basically, just roots. There's a staff. So I mean, if I would did this now, yes, sure, it's not the staff of the rod of Moses, but if I would did this dam with it, right? It breaks. Now, except if it's like this super easy spot where you can break it with a piece of wood or a rod. It's not metal, it's just wood. Now, if that is true, and Moses hit the perfect spot, now, if that kind of strong stream was there in the back, and there was this weakness here in the rock, then trust me, oh, now it's a bee, or whatever. All the animals that's here. If there was this weak spot and the rod was good enough to break it, trust me, the kind of stream that would have been there in the back coming through would have just a long time ago destroyed that little weakness and flow out. So ultimately, yes, it can't be a question of just Moses hit the right spot kind of idea. And now, again, it has to be a miracle. Water itself is not supernatural. Water is natural. Rock is natural. But water coming from a rock in such a way is ultimately supernatural, not natural. So Moses did it, the water came out. Verse 7, and he called the name of the place Massah and Meribah because of the quarreling of the people of Israel, and because they tested the Lord by saying, is the Lord among us or not? Right, so now he changed the names. We know as well already name changes, because ultimately, in this case now, name changes would differ from, but it's more a reminder of. So it's not like Adam naming the animals there, But this is more then to be a reminder to the people of what happened here. So when they tell the story, when people pass by this town, they are reminded of what happened there. That's kind of so interesting. It's like every time when one group of people take over a country, they rename everything. So to make it now names, this whatever B, G, was ants and bees and everything. Yeah. Anyhow, so they rename places. One system, political system fall. I mean, you can look at America, you can look at the Soviet Union, you can look at South Africa. I'm going, God willing, back to South Africa soon, on the way there, kind of. And there's so many places that changed names in the last 10 odd years. I don't think I will even be, without Google Maps, or hopefully it works still there, be able to find any of those places, because I grew up with different names. Now, yeah, that's what people do. For one group of people, it's a reminder of what happened there. For another group of people, that reminder is a reminder of bad things that happened there. So in certain cases, it's explainable, name changes. But this is now what's happening here. So it's a name change for the people so that they can be reminded of what happened there. And this is not a good name change in a certain sense, because it's reminding them of their quarreling, right? It's reminding them of them testing the Lord, which is ultimately not a good thing. But then at the same time, then through that, they are reminded of what? God's grace, right? God could have, ought to have, just drowned them or destroyed them with fire. That pillar of fire could have just that cloud, and they're done for. Right? Not give them water, and they will die of the thirst. God could have done it. Why did God have to give them water? Did they deserve the water there? Did they work for the water? Did they? No, they did not. It's a grace of God. So, and then they go and they test God. They quarrel against God. And God still provides for them water, life. Right? Jesus said, I am, right? To the woman there at the well. I will give you water. Eternal water. Not that you won't need to come back here and get some water from here again, right? Eternal water. That need water. The previous chapter about bread. I am the bread of life. Here, the water that God will provide. I can give to you. That woman again, the Samaritan woman at the well in John chapter 4. Grace. Grace, which they didn't deserve. So this whole story reminds them of a testing and the action of this so-called Old Testament tyrant God. I get tired of saying that, but I need to keep on saying it because people have this stupid idea of God as a father in the Old Testament as a tyrant. No, he provided for them water. When they tested, he provided. They did not deserve it at all. God provided. So these name changes as well remind them of that. And we remind them, as long as they hear it, we tested, we did wrong, we did not search for God, we turned away. God led us out, God led us through the sea, God changed water, God brought the food, bread, manna. God did all of this, and we kept on testing Him. That's what the name means. Wow. Grace of God. Not just in the New Testament, the so-called dispensation of grace that we are now in dispensation is nonsense. Grace is there, everywhere, shining so bright. So yeah, please stop this. That we are now in the dispensation of grace. It was always a dispensation of grace. Always. Without stop. Because we never deserved, not the people in Israel, no one ever deserved any good from God, but God gave. That's the beauty of who God is. Soli Deo Gloria. Let me just show you around.